Hello and welcome back to brosBTalking. I'm one of your hosts, Bobby, and
I'm your other host, Toby, also known as the barbaric ballot.
Yes, you can see on the t-shirt there, Toby the barbaric ballot.
Yeah, I
himself.
was promoting my Twitch before it was even a thing. You know, all 22 followers. It's getting quite big now.
Yes, no, the legendary Toby. You took part in was it white collar boxing?
Yeah, it's white collar charity boxing called Ultimate White Collar Boxing, and I did it not last March, the March before, and yeah, no, it was very good fun. But we're here to watch the video today and have a little review, and then we'll have a prediction for my next one that I will be doing on the 30th of November. So yeah, why don't we dive straight in? Right, do you like the pineapple shorts? Just right off the bat, they're the fighting shorts, and you just got to respect it. Now, I was so raring to go. Now, the one thing I will say right off the bat is, as soon as that first bell goes, is I completely forget about 2 minutes, and I just think, shit, we're in a scrap. Like, I wanted to get out there nice and quick.
The suspense is killing me. Jordan Jones is a funny name. JJ. I wonder if his friends call him JJ.
Punches getting thrown all over the shop.
It is scrappy. You were landing.
I was getting a few good hits now. He caught me there.
Body shot. You're headhunting.
It's now, yeah. I was about to say I hit him with like 4 little hooks there, and it was nice. But yeah, 100% headhunting. At this point, my mouth guard's falling out. This is the first time, right? It was too small for my mouth.
That was good. That was good. You winded it up, and he kind of like leaned into it, and then you just fired it down the chamber.
Now the weird thing is I had absolutely no idea what to do when the count was happening. I was just a bit like, just did a little flex, and then just sort of carried on. Now,
he landed there.
Yeah, he landed there. Then he caught me on the chin, but because the head guards were so bad, it just took the head guard off.
Yeah.
But it was interesting having these breaks, because I don't think that this is going to happen again. So I'm not going to have these long breaks in between.
Yeah. Okay, you're almost sword fighting with your fist there. That you connected there well. You're not protecting.
I clinch, and now watch this. I go into southpaw. And that's where I made the mistake. Foot went off the ground, but he perfectly landed it on the chin. I was having none of it, but looking back at it, yeah, he caught me on the chin.
He totally did. Initially, Toby was like...
You got to show face.
Yeah. Initially, Toby was like, no, he didn't. I just slipped. And I was like, yeah, but he did land the punch into your face as you slipped. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, see, you're connecting with his head there.
I was about to say, in that little exchange, we were. I was definitely like landing, but it's so hard because it is like matters of like centimeters between it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I wish that the whole fight was in this view, that like view looking down.
Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, it is kind of from your angle, really, isn't it?
I know, it does look like someone just filmed it for me.
Those head guards are getting in the way. Really, aren't they?
Yeah, mate. Every time I was hitting him with a hook, it was swinging it around.
It's meant to be like that. But
the thing is, I feel like I've wasted a lot of energy moving around there.
Yeah.
Windmill of punches from me. I'm not.
Well, he did a double fist attack.
Oh, he landed good there.
You're landing way more punches.
But I feel that if you look at the posture of both of us, I did all right in the clinches. I feel like second time mouth guards come out. Yeah. It'll be a running theme through this. I've already got my hands on my hips, yeah. Now, that happens to the best of us. He just went in, I sort of went like that, somehow pulled his head guard off.
You like hooked it, and then like threw it off his head. Okay, Toby's looking tired. You're looking tired over there.
But to be fair, right, that was just me just chilling, right? I was just a bit like, okay, because now I've gone, oh God, like, I wonder how long's left of the first round. And you can sort of see me looking around. I was trying to find everyone because everyone had been moved.
Yeah, we got
so
moved.
So when we first went out, they were all like directly. We had a bit of a freeze on the stream there.
Yep.
Right. Should we start from there?
Yep.
Get it connecting with me there. I don't know what was going on there. He's in there. Again, head guard.
Oh. That was a big swing from you, Toby. It glanced across his face.
The thing is you can tell that I'm getting a little bit. I'm getting a bit. Every time I can have a little bit of a lead, I'm like,
Okay. Oh, you connected there. He connected back. It's back and forth.
He doesn't really know what to do in the clinch. That's what I found quite early on. Landed there, and then look, I've just ducked underneath it. Oh, I should have gone with the left there, but that would have been a bit of a cheeky one.
Yeah, but he's pushing now. He's advancing.
I'm about to say that was a really good flurry from him at the end. Going into the third round now, I was absolutely gassed. I cannot tell you how much I had to dig deep for this next 20 seconds you're about to watch. I had to really dig deep, and it's scrappy. It's scrappy. I'll just let it unfold.
Okay, he immediately lands a jab.
It caught me good there. I'm a bit like, oh shit. Hit him with a right, then a left. Boom.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Everything into that left. If I'd missed that left, I would have been off balance, and he would have probably dropped me with the next shot. And you can't see it, but I'm in the corner having a little break.
Yeah.
He was, to be fair to him, that was very similar to how he knocked me down. It was like a bit of a slip sort of thing.
Yeah, you didn't knock him. You just kind of like caught him at the right moment as he slipped.
I was about to say we're only 10 seconds in. I've already dropped him in the third.
Yeah.
In the third round. So in my head, I'm already like, right, as long as I don't completely mess it up, right, my mouth guard was coming out again there. Oh, he caught me with some good uppercuts there. But then...
He's controlling the middle. You can tell you're getting tired.
Better with that exchange. There, I'm clinching on for life. Yeah. Oh, this the head guards. It was so annoying for both of us.
Oh, he's going for it. He's headhunting now.
We do hug quite a lot.
Yeah.
That one, I was so tired. I knew he was giving the overhand, but I anticipated it way too early and just sort of headed it forward. Right now, watch this bit. I go to talk to the ref, and then look, it pops out my mouth. What are we on, 3 or 4 now?
Yeah, 4, I think.
Yeah, I'm having a little rest on the ropes. To be fair, the ref keeps pushing me though. Every time we he leaves me alone. He pushes me, and then got him with a right hook there.
Yeah.
Last 10 seconds.
Oh.
Bang.
Okay. Landing. He's dropped his hands totally. I mean, you've dropped your hands too, but you're landing more. He's going for the stomach. Right. So, this is the moment of truth. How do you think you performed, Toby, overall?
Well, I don't know if you remember it, but I do know for a fact, my friend Liv, you know Liv, I looked over at her and just shook my head at the end of the fight. I thought that he had won because I don't know if it was because I was doubting myself something, but I don't know. But then I knew I had the 2 knockdowns, but I felt that because of how tired I was, that was going to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, yeah.
What about yourself before it went on? What was your thoughts? What did you think was going to happen? Actually, just to sort of go to our next bit, just early on, what did you score it for? What rounds did you have for what score?
I think you won the first round, 9-10. I think.
Yeah.
And then I think you.
You can draw a round as well. You can draw it 10-all or 9-all, whichever way round.
I think you won. I think you won the second round too. I think 9-10 again. I I think
Really? That's
closer.
the round I think that I didn't win.
And then I'd say you drawed the last round. I think if you're talking control and general,
You got to remember that I got a knockdown in the third round.
yes, yeah. But then you were on your knee, that you looked on your knees, and you did keep kind of diving into him.
Knockdown, I think he beats me third round.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, that's why I think it was a draw third round, because obviously he was putting the pressure on. I think.
So in that case, it should have been a draw then.
Yeah.
If I won it.
No, I think you won 2 rounds and then drew the second.
What, you reckon I won the first and second and drew the third?
Yeah, so you won.
Fair enough. See, I have it that I won first, lost the second, won the third.
Yeah, I can see that.
All were 10-9s, all were very close.
Yeah, right, 10-9s.
We'll go through this and then we can go on to our questions after.
There he is, the barbaric Bauer.
First thing I did, went over to my opponent, because you got to have a dance partner, and he was willing to throw down. And there's lots of people that would get knocked down in the first 20 seconds and be like, nah, not for me. And he carried on, and it's like I said, I'll openly say it was a very close fight. If it was called as a draw, I think I'd have felt a little bit hard done by, but I could have maybe seen the argument.
Yeah. I think ultimately
it depends on how you judge it. I guess a knockdown is a knockdown.
Yeah, and well, you scored 2 knockdowns, he scored 1, and regardless of that, although he maintained, I'd say if anything, he was ramping up pressure, whereas you came out strong.
If we went into a fourth round, it would not have looked good for Toby.
No, and I think that's the thing.
But then I left it out. I left it all out there, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And you weren't going to a fourth round, so it's it's by the by. But the thing is, as well, I feel like you were almost landing. You were always in the sort of dominant position, even though he was controlling the center, and he was landing almost as many as you were landing. I feel like you were always the one kind of getting the sort of the big hook in. And he was kind of just pushing your heads around with his fists. Like, he was just like holding them and going high and going low.
His power didn't surprise. It was the consistency and the accuracy of his shots that I even told him after. Like, for some reason, very early on, he won the jab game.
Yeah.
And I just stopped throwing the jab because I was just like, he's beating me on that. I'm just throwing in my right, then my left.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a silly move, but sometimes in the moment that just happens. Right, so for this part of the video, we've both written down some questions for each other, and I'm going to fire off with a few myself, and then we're going to go back and forth doing one each. So, does this feel different compared to last time that I did it?
So this is the fight that we're going into this weekend. Yes, I think it does feel a bit different. Last time I was more not skeptical, more like worried. I didn't know how it was gonna go down exactly, because you hadn't really done anything like this before. You'd done some boxing training, but it wasn't,
nothing that's going to be in front of that many people. And I think it shocked. I think I sort of speaking for both of us. It sort of shocked us when we saw how many people there. We were like, oh god, like there's quite a lot of people. So for context, I think there was between 900 and 1,000 people there on the night.
It's big,
and it's it's quite a big event. Anyways, sorry, carry on.
So you don't know how anyone's going to react, really. I think going into this one, I know that you can do it, and I think you're a bit more confident. So it's slightly different. I'd say it feels more normal because you've done it before, and I think you are in a different place. Which
I'm about to say I think I completely agree with you on that one, and I would actually say that the one thing I have tried to tell people is no fight happens it's not going to happen the same way as it happened last time.
Yeah.
I'm fighting somebody completely different, and it'll be a different fight. Do you know what I mean? It's a different night. Um, do you, so and then this one's sort of a bit of a follow up question, so it doesn't really take too long to answer. But do you think it will be a similar fight to last time? Like about to say, we just sort of touched on that, but it could be similar. But
So as in like I don't think anyone's going to get knocked out. I think with those ounce gloves and the headgear, it's very difficult. I mean, if you
and
land a great punch, you're just spinning their headgear around and kind of knocking them to the side. You're not, and then the fight gets stopped to rearrange the headgear. So you're not.
But there were some knockouts, and it does happen. But
Yes,
as you said, it's not likely to happen. Definitely, if it's 3 rounds, the big gloves, head guards, all of that sort of stuff.
I think in your weight class, I think if
100%.
if two massive rugby players are going at each other and one of them just lands a massively clean hit, it might knock out the other one.
Yeah.
But I think in even like in my weight class, probably a couple up from you, I think it's very difficult just because of the situation. So I think there probably won't be any knockouts. I think there probably will be one knockdown around. Hopefully, you'll be knocking them down every round, not the other way around. And I think.
Well, do you think I'll get a knockdown this time? Because I think I was quite lucky to not only get a knockdown, but I got 2 knockdowns.
Did get two.
Like my sister's fiance, he did it, and like he can bang, and he won, but he didn't drop his opponent. Like the ref, I think did like a standing count stuff, but he didn't actually drop the opponent. But it happens when you both sort of jump in, and with all 3 knockdowns of that fight was I feel that he would feel a bit hard done by for the second one. I feel a bit hard done by for his knockdown, and then I think the first one I had was the only, like legitimate. We both just started first hit, knocked him down, and it was a clean shot. But yeah, no, I think I agree with you. So my next question is more to do with the people around us.
Yeah.
And a fair few will probably be listening and watching this video. Who were the 3 loudest people last time that you can remember?
Oh, 3. I'm gonna give Connor a shout out. Connor was pretty loud. Prent was also quite loud.
All right, Prent, and then third one.
Oh, it was one of the girls that you lived with at uni.
Oh, it probably Molly.
Molly, yeah.
Yeah, you could watching back on the video, you can hear her be like, "Come on, Toby!" Like
she had
you
that
guys
like
made some noise.
my voice is too like on the deeper side, so when I like yell, it has like big penetrating power, but it doesn't go very far.
It doesn't like explode, sort of.
Yeah,
bouncing off the walls.
When she was yelling, it was like echoing and shrill. Not like
Oh, 100%.
Not to,
She could be very loud, but it was so cool, like having that support. Do you know what I mean? You just say like, "Come on."
Yeah.
Right. What sort of questions have you got for me?
Right. So to open up, I want to ask you: were you scared? What was going through your mind when you were up both in the ring, but then just before the bell, when you're in your corner and you're stood up and you're about to go in? What feelings did you have?
I just wanted to start straight. Like I literally just swing my. I just wanted to start.
Yeah.
I'm literally like, stop all this faffing about. Let's start. And I want to get hit, and I want to hit him as soon as possible. Fair. I don't want to be in there for like 30 seconds, and none of us have really connected. Because then when you do get hit, you're going to be a bit like, oh, it's better just to go in, get hit, like, right, cool. Sense each other's powers a bit. The little bit of timing, the speed and stuff like that. Like we have had a minute and a half in the ring with each other sparring, but that is it. So we do have a slight feel for each other. But yeah, I would say that there are moments in the fight that you are like, I'll be lying if I said that you are a bit like, oh shit. Like when I'm knackered and I was like, like in my head, I just kept being there like, I will get through this. I'll be fine. I'll get through this. And there came a point where the victory for me was just reaching the final bell.
Yeah.
Well, I was just there like, you know what, Toby, if you lose, you lose, but make it to the end. But yeah, but I did throw a lot of punches and I did headhunt quite a lot, and I feel that I didn't really show off much boxing. It was more scrappy.
Yeah, and that happens, doesn't it? When like the sort of nerves, you can think, okay, tactical, my head's going to be in the game, but when it actually happens, you're almost on instinct, and you're just like,
And
just
you got
go
to
for it.
remember, it's two novice boxers. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We're not talking about people that have done it for like 10 years or even 2 or 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're talking about people that have just sort of started. Like, so yeah, no,
yeah.
it's a good one. Um, what's the thing that you would tell Becky that you're most worried about?
I think this might be. We can cut this if you want. I think if you lose, uh, it, you're not going to be in any mood to see everyone, and we're all going to have gone to Cardiff to see you. And then Becky's going to be like in a bar somewhere, and I'm going to be around your house, sat on your bed with you, like, oh, don't worry, bro, it's all right. As you're just distraught, and we're not going to go out or do anything after the fight. If you got like KO'd,
Well, if I get KO'd, I'll be going to the hospital.
yeah, I mean, hopefully
They got an ambulance there. That's why the event can take longer if there's knockouts, because the medical team have to take them to the hospital and we have to wait for the medical team to come back.
Oh, really? Ah.
Yeah.
Ah. I was quite drunk because you were the first fight last time, so I remember watching the KO, a big one. But then,
Yeah.
to be honest, the rest of the time I was stumbling around, chatting to people.
Yeah, mate. It was all a big blur. Yeah, I don't mind keeping that on. But I was more meaning in the fight.
Oh,
not,
so
not not so much the social aspect of like, but I was more on about like the fight aspect of it. But
okay.
we can go with that one if you want.
Oh
It
no,
doesn't
no.
matter.
In the fight, I mean, I think if you go around, because last fight you both were dropping your hands quite a lot, and it led to you both being able to get a couple of combinations off in each other's heads. I think if the other guy is defending himself really well and he looks a lot more sort of by the book boxing,
Yeah.
and I'd be a bit worried. I'd say to Becky like, oh, he obviously is, sort of guarding his body, like actually
So
defending himself
do you think
intelligently.
that you would do you think you would sort of know by the end of round one of what the fight's going to be like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's just a case of like how much experience the person you're fighting has, and whether or not. I mean, it would depend on how like you look. Say you're like battering him with every punch, and he's like stumbling around, but he's just like closed up like that. Then
But
maybe
I was about to say, but even then, you're like, is Toby gonna gasp because how much can this guy take, or what's gonna happen?
that's the thing
But
too. You
but no,
gassing.
I do agree with you that like if if it's more of a boxing match than a scrap, it would probably benefit my opponent.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot more experience scrapping.
Yeah, exactly. I've got one boxing thing. Right, your question, sorry.
So when you've done sparring and you do that in the training, so you have 6 weeks training, don't you, beforehand?
Eight
Eight
weeks
eight
training.
weeks, sorry. And how does getting hit in the actual event feel any different to sparring, and how does the
It
sparring
feels
compare?
it feels a lot more personal.
Fair.
I get a lot more. It annoyed me. Every hit I got hit with annoyed me.
That's good. That's good for getting that like sort of inner
Like
motivation.
because to me he was hitting me in front of everyone that I know. I was like, nah.
Yeah, yeah, fair.
And that's what probably kept me going. Genuinely, if you guys weren't all there, and when I was gassing, I probably, you know what I mean. You sort of go, oh shit, and the ref looks at you, look a bit more disinterested or something.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, yeah.
fair play.
Is it my question?
Yep.
What would you? So again with Becky, shout out Becky.
Shout out Becky.
What would you tell Becky you're most confident about? So like, if you was there like, oh, like what can you be there like? I'm confident about this. Like Toby will be do that, or the fight will do this, or whatever it may be.
I think although you look pretty gassed in the last fight, I think you'll be able to go the distance. Not only do you traditionally Toby had a lot of stamina when we were in school. Obviously, 10 plus years of smoking has probably taken a big chunk out of that. But I think, like you just said there, when you're in the fight and everyone's watching you, I think if Becky goes like, "Oh, is he gonna like give up or get gas?" I'll be like, well, the adrenaline's carrying him through. He's must be really annoyed at his opponent, and he knows everyone's watching.
Toby's gonna be a little bit pissed off at this point. So, do you think this isn't part of my question? Just a quick like add-on. So, if I got knocked down, do you sort of think, oh, because like last time I had a knockdown, but it was only my right fist that touched the floor. So, say if I did get properly dropped, would you be confident I come back, or would you be like, oh, as soon as I stop being the hammer, does it stop?
Okay, I think it depends how hard he hit you in the head, but I would be confident that you'd get back up. I'd be confident.
All right, yeah, no, I rate that. I rate that and rate your honesty. Right, it's your question next, sorry.
So, I've seen UFC fighters and stuff answer like worst place to be hit. I'm just going to ask you, where's the worst place you've ever been hit in a what in sparring or in the fight?
The worst hit I've received.
Yeah, what was the worst hit? Like, have you ever been punched in the liver? Because that's like one they often say, isn't it?
The worst hit
Yeah,
I've had via sparring or in the fight.
Yeah.
Was when I sparred my sister's fiance.
Yep.
And we were sparring, and literally we were in this field, and at the end of the field, like some girls walked in, and I like looked over. Bear in mind they're like 300 meters away or 400 meters away, yeah. So I sort of look because we're sort of like in the middle of nowhere, and I look over. As I look over, no, like they're walking over. Hang on, make this right. I believe he might have been southpaw as well. But either way, it was a looping overhand, right? And it literally just caught me, and my head felt like it was going. So like I was sort of like worried, and he was like, "Oh shit!" Like obviously, if we were in a proper like fight or anything, he would have followed up and got a knockdown and maybe got a finish, depending on what I was like getting at. Anyways, we started when we started back up. He was like, "Oh, like sorry about that," and I was like, "No, that's cool." Like and then the very first shot back, I was like, "Oh, boom!" And he was a bit like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I definitely went a little bit harder on that one." But it's because your ego gets bit, and that's why sparring can be a bit dangerous. Like at the end of the day, it's two men just fighting, and you can be a bit like, "Oh, I think you did that a bit harder. I'll do it back," and then all of a sudden you just go.
Yeah, does that happen a lot? Like in the sparring sessions in the official place, do you see people?
So one of the guys that I think I might be fighting, we went in. We got told we were meant to do like 30%, right? And he was not doing 30%. He was going with the hooks, and I was ducking underneath them. I did like three. He did like three in a row, and I was like, "Mate, like, what's going on?" Now he's very quick and stuff like that. But I'm like, you're quick enough to do that slower and actually be able to land instead of just sort of throwing it as hard as fast as you can.
Yeah.
But it can happen in training. But usually, like the people that you train up with, now I usually like to train up with the heavyweights or a big welterweight. But pretty much everyone I've partnered up with, apart from the guy that's my weight, have all been heavyweights. And when because I like doing that, so when I get hit by somebody my weight, it doesn't really feel the same. Because I'm used to somebody twice my weight hitting me. Obviously, they're not going full out because there's weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my question for you is: do you get nervous watching me fight? As like one of your best mates?
I wouldn't say nervous. I get a bit worried. I think I've got confidence in you at the beginning. If you start looking really gassed, I do get a bit worried. I get like a sort of
Should we have a signal that like I'll put like both hands in the air if I'm right,
yeah,
or like, I'll put both hands in the air if I'm really tired, just to let you know.
yeah. Well, I mean,
You like turned to Becky. You're like, yeah, Toby's about to leave.
yeah. I mean, don't do it during the round. Like, you're there, you just go, just bam, straight, head knocked off.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to.
But yeah, I think going into it, I feel almost, I've not done that many things in front of large crowds of people, let alone sort of into the hundreds, nearly 1,000 people. So I do feel a bit nervous in that respect, like the
Yeah,
walkout and
I think
stuff like that.
we've already sold like 980 tickets now or something.
That's
So I think
mental.
we'll get to 1,000 for on the night.
Yeah, and I think so. I get nervous for that, not so much the fight. I think you know what you're doing, and I'll get worried during the fight, but not nervous for the fight.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. See, I'd be a nervous wreck. Like I'm like Craig's fighting. I'm so like I've got complete faith in him that he's gonna win, but I'm still so nervous about watching like a mate of mine fight.
Oh,
Like, oh no, no! Like that's why I'd rather it be me because I'm just like it'd be fine. I'm good.
yeah.
But yeah, no. So, what's your next question?
So if you had to pick a celebrity to
Ooh.
watch you fight that would like get really really motivate you, who would it be?
Right, hear me out, okay?
Okay.
I'm either thinking a real high A-list celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
where maybe pick like like I don't know, like a crush of like a celebrity crush of mine.
Yep.
But if I'm thinking logically, what I would do is I would probably want KSI because
Okay.
he's the owner of Misfits. Could get me if I won this fight, you know. Bros be talking.
Yep.
All of a sudden KSI mentions us. Start getting a few more followers. All of a sudden onto Misfits. If there's one person that you impressed, like if you really truly impressed him, and you were he was sound view and like you were able to negotiate quite quick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
That'd probably be the ideal one. So KSI, if you're listening, 30th November.
Yeah.
I should have played one of his songs and done a walkout and then like tagged him.
Yeah. You could have done the what's it? Thick of it.
We'll do that next time. Do you want to know the song?
Yes. Yeah. What's your walkout song?
So I've gone with Zombie.
Okay. Is that
And
the?
then instead of Zombie, it'll be Toby. Someone that's like Zombie.
Yeah. Yeah. By the Cranberries. Is it the Cranberries?
Yeah. I think it's by
I think it's
two
by the Cranberries.
seconds.
That's a good song.
Yeah, by the Cranberries. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. About
So
the Troubles.
that should be good. I've went real back and forth on the songs, but I think I've gone on a good one now. I think I've landed on a good one.
As long as
it's sent now, so it's done.
fair.
I have messed up my name though. I forgot to put Toby. No, I forgot to put Toby the Barbaric Ballot.
Okay.
So it's just Barbaric Ballot.
Okay. Well.
Still works.
Yeah, it still works. Still works. I was going to put in the joke. When you say KSI, I was going to go, well, the best you've got is Drift BGS, but for internet celebrities that are watching.
I'm about to say, I'll impress the brosBTalking host.
Exactly. I'm going to start my own fighting.
Your own channel.
My own
subscribe.
promotion. The brosBTalking promotion. We just get the scrappiest guys that we find outside pubs and just get them to fight in the ring, no training.
Like there's a division where you have to have had 8 pints before you fight.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like part of the rules. Is it your question or my question?
I think it's your question. I asked about the celebrity.
My question. We've already done that, so I just had how did you score the last fight, but we've already been through that.
Yep.
In your opinion, do you think I'm more or less prepared than last time?
I think you're more prepared. I think not only have you gone through last time, so you actually know more about what's going on and stuff. I think you've had you seem a bit more into your training a bit more. I think, and And yeah, I feel like you're like handling the whole thing. Not like you handled it bad last time,
I
but a
feel
bit
like
better.
I'm a lot calmer this time. I
Yeah,
think last time I was like, let me get at him. I think this time it's going to be very much like calm, cool. I know what I'm here to do, and at the end of the day, I know that if I fight the way that I know I can fight, that I will win.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I
And
think
then if I don't, then may the best man win.
yeah.
Um, have you got any more questions?
So so you asked me what would make me worried. I'm gonna ask is like sort of counter to that. What would make you
Okay.
worried if you had the first round with a guy? What kind of moves or what kind of like degree of boxing? Like if you threw a big hand, and he like ducked under it and like punched you in the stomach and landed an uppercut on you. Would that
If
worry you?
if he was if my jab wasn't landing and I wasn't getting close, I'd be a bit like, And if no, do you know what it'd be? Is if I caught him clean
Yeah,
and there wasn't much reaction because I know that I hit hard.
yeah,
So if I've done that, I'm like, okay. And it would be if he just moved completely differently than when we were in the ring last time. If
okay.
all of a sudden, like, he's like, I don't know, like properly moving all the way up and down, having like beautiful footwork, like going off the jab, in and out, I'd be a bit like, where was this all through training? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Um,
oh no, he's actually a professional boxer.
yeah, I'm not like this is not turned
Toby,
out well.
run. Just- Uh,
So yeah, no, I think that's probably if I felt like I did at the beginning of the third round, at the beginning of the second round, that's what would have me worried.
yeah, that would be worrying. I have a bonus question as well. This is a really dumb one.
Yeah.
Out of everyone that's coming to see you, out of our friends,
Okay.
who would you most like? Who would you back yourself with in the ring fighting? And it can't be
Right.
any of the women. Or the if
Who I could beat?
yeah, who do you reckon you could beat? But which do you reckon would be the most closest fight? Like which
I was
person?
about to say I was just gonna fight Kit, just knock Kit out.
I Kit's
Oh,
pretty tough.
if you haven't, go check out Kit's episode. Brilliant episode. We loved
Yeah,
having him on.
yeah. He was.
But yeah, no, I'd fight Kit just to fight Kit.
You fight Kit. Fair enough. That's. I should have known. I should have known that. He'd be pretty tough if you're talking about someone that would eat one of your punches to the face. I could see Kit doing that. I don't see Kit
Yeah,
landing many punches, but I could see him eating
yeah, no,
everyone.
100%. Like, I'd probably outland him like 80-10, but like he would eat every single one of them.
Yeah,
A body shot, it would just like it hurt my hand.
yeah, because of his hard abs. He'd
Yeah, I mean,
shatter you.
he's not a bass guitarist for 5 a.m. fire alarm for nothing.
No, no.
So yeah, I got one more question for you. What's your prediction for the fight? Who wins and how?
Okay, so the official Bobby from brosBTalking, Drift BGS on Twitch, prediction for the fight is Toby win by decision, fingers crossed. I think that Toby's going to have the first round, look a bit shaky on the second round, and then have this third round.
Okay.
I think you're better. You're going to be better at managing your stamina this time round, knowing that you got kind of gassed the last round, last time.
Knowing that, because as I said to you, as soon as that fight started, as soon as I dropped him, because I didn't think I was going to drop him the entire fight.
Yeah.
So when I dropped him early, I went, "Hey, I might be able to get a finish here," and I went, "Hey, I
Yeah.
can just use all my energy up now."
And that's when
yeah.
the headhunting. You started headhunting. You guys were really trading, and he held back a bit, and then that's what he used for the next round.
I didn't trust my blocking. I only went on my dodging.
Yeah, yeah,
I was very much like, I'll just dodge it. I won't block it. But this time I'm getting way more comfortable being in my guard, being in the pocket. And yeah, I feel that it's going to be I feel like you're going to see a different style of my fighting. Like, don't get me wrong, I still fight how I fight. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to showing you and everyone all my training, and hopefully it'll be a good fight and a good night.
I'm sure it will be.
Oh, my prediction.
Yes, and what's your prediction?
My prediction is, I think he's going to win the first round. I think the second round, he's going to start off better, but I'm going to get better as it goes on. I think I'm going to do quite good at the variety of my shots,
Okay.
and I've got a certain game plan, and I feel like I'm going to stick to it, and that's very important. I stick to it.
Yep.
And then I think in the third round, I think it's going to be quite even, but I'm just going to be slowly putting the pressure on. And I actually want my last round to be my best round. And I think that I'm actually going to overwhelm him, get a knockdown towards the last 30 seconds. And then I think he'll get up, and then I think I'll win on decisions. But if it's the guy I think I'm fighting, then he's coming here to swing, because yeah, he's quick, southpaw, and he fought 2 months ago, and I believe he got a victory as well. So somebody's O's got to go.
Fair play. Fair play. Well, I'm sure all the Bros Be Talking audience are backing you, except for those couple of haters from our last boxing video. They probably want.
They'll all come back and just be like, "You're shit."
They'll be like, "That was crap analysis of the fight. You guys suck." Oh well.
And if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Really helps us. Drop a comment below. Let us know if you think I'm going to win, lose, or how you scored the fight. If you thought that I lost, or if you thought it was a draw. We'll put a little poll up for our community of how we think the fight's going to go. We'll let you know how much money I've raised and how much the event has raised. Currently, a week out, I have raised £371 for Cancer Research UK. My target is £400, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to get it. We'll try and see if we can put the link for that in the description. If anybody wants to donate, be greatly appreciated. And yeah, and thank you very much, and I hope you have a good one, and be sure to stay tuned for the second fight review, no matter how bad it goes. Let's hope we make it 2-0, because somebody's O's gotta go.